everyone. I'm Amanda Silver. I have dark brown hair. I'm wearing a green shirt and black pants, and you can refer to me as she, her. I'm thrilled to be with you today at the 2025 Ability Summit. As head of product for Microsoft's developer division, I support the team that builds our developer tools like Visual Studio, VS Code, .NET, TypeScript, and our Azure developer experiences, as well as Microsoft's first-party engineering system. Our mission at Microsoft is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. With approximately 1 billion people worldwide living with disabilities, it's essential that the software that we build is user-friendly for everyone, especially those who need additional support when navigating apps or websites. Our goal is to integrate accessibility into the design process from the start, ensuring that the products that we ship are accessible by design. Today, I'll share how you can build inclusive experiences with GitHub Copilot, our flagship AI pair programming tool. We'll explore how Copilot is transforming the way that we all develop software, making it more inclusive and accessible for everyone. So, just what can GitHub Copilot do? Copilot can suggest entire lines or blocks of code as you type, helping you write code faster and with fewer errors. It can generate code on snippets based on comments or natural language descriptions, and it can help identify and fix bugs, and can even suggest ways to refactor and optimize code. GitHub Copilot also integrates seamlessly into VS Code, providing code suggestions and chat interactions that enhance the developer experience. Let's see how Jacqueline Gibson, a senior developer on the Accessibility Insights team, uses GitHub Copilot to plan for accessibility throughout the stages of development, from defining requirements to testing.
Thanks, Amanda. Okay, I'm going to show y'all how developers can leverage GitHub Copilot to quickly fix common accessibility issues. So here on our test webpage, we have 4 color contrast violations that have been flagged. Now, the Accessibility Insights for Web extension has done much of the heavy lifting for us in terms of identifying the element that's affected and providing us with a color that will give us the proper contrast ratio for optimized accessibility. So we are going to copy the violation data and navigate to Visual Studio Code. And then we will paste in that information here and pass that along to Copilot chat that's going to get the ball rolling on fixing our code for us. Amazing. Just like that, Copilot identified the relevant CSS code and made the change. And when we go to this new line, you'll see that the updated accessible code has been created. So we're going to accept that here. Now that we have that new color, save that. And let's go back to our JSX file where we've been building out some of the HTML stuff for the site. And you're going to notice that there is a red squiggle right on line 5. So this is a sign that my static analysis tools have identified a coding error. Now, today I'm using JSX Alley, an open source ESLint plugin that runs a subset of accessibility checks. And when I hover over the red squiggle, it gives a description of the error and a link to the docs that explain the accessibility impact of not fixing this error. And so it looks like I'll need to add a language attribute on my HTML tag. So I'm going to fix using Copilot. And just like that, Copilot provides a quick code suggestion, and I'm going to accept it. Voila, the error is resolved. So both of these examples represent ways that you can combine the power of GitHub Copilot with our existing developer testing tools to engineer more accessible code even easier than before. Thanks again, and back to you, Amanda.
Thanks, Jacqueline. If you haven't already, I hope you'll check out GitHub Copilot. It's free to everyone with a GitHub account at github.com/Copilot. Now let's look at one of the latest Copilot innovations. GitHub Copilot now has support for computer vision, which can enhance chat interactions, enabling users to attach images directly as contextual input, enriching conversations and enabling more dynamic, visually supported responses. I'd like to welcome Ju Young, an assistant professor at the University of Illinois and a longtime collaborator with the Visual Studio Code team, to walk us through some exciting ways that he's leveraging this capability.
Thanks, Amanda. Today, I'll be showing you how to use advanced AI vision capabilities for creating alt text and asking vision-related questions inside VS Code. The first demo uses the Vision for Copilot extension to generate alt text for images in Markdown HTML, JSX, or TSX documents with the provided code actions, simplifying the process of incorporating descriptive text for better context and accessibility. Here I have a sample markdown with an image. I have pasted the image to generate alt text, and my cursor is inside the alt text placeholder. I'm going to press Ctrl full stop to open code action.
Action widget extended select list box. Generate alt text. 2 of 4.
The first item is generate alt text. I'm going to press enter.
Enter. Readme.md. Editor group 1. Editor. Blank.
Yeah, I got the result. Microsoft logo
Four squares in a
consisting
grid
of
pattern.
4 squares in a grid pattern. Beautiful. Now, I'll leverage the extension to seamlessly describe the layout of Visual Studio Code screenshot, transforming it into accessible HTML code. Here I have a screenshot of Visual Studio Code. I've never visually experienced what the Visual Studio Code looks like. I want to let Copilot Vision explain it for me. So let me ask, replicate the spatial layout of the screenshot in an accessible HTML code.
Enter. Generating response from OpenAI. To replicate the spatial layout of the screenshot using accessible HTML, you can structure the layout using semantic elements and art.
So I got the result, and let me insert the HTML code into HTML file.
Chat list box. 3 file tree. Code block 1. Editor. Blank.
I have already prepared empty HTML file.
Control 1. List box. Test.html.
It is test.html.
Alt Control I. Chat list. Chat input. Edit. Chat. Code block 1.
And here is a code, and I'm going to insert this code into empty HTML file.
Control Enter. Main region. Test.html. Editor. Blank.
I just press Control Enter to insert directly this code block into this HTML file. And I'm going to press Control S to save.
Control S.
And let me open this file and see what it looks like.
Opening new window. Code editor layout. Code editor layout. Search box edit. Escape. Code editor layout Microsoft Edge. Code editor layout Microsoft Edge page. Code editor layout.
Here I got a HTML result, and let me open semantic landmark using my screen reader's feature.
Document regions dialog. Regions tree view. File explorer navigation. 1.
I see File Explorer,
Main.
Complementary, and if I go to File Explorer,
Home. File explorer. Enter. Heading level 2 explorer. List of 1 bullet create react app. List of 10 white bullet .github.
I see all the file in the Explorer tab. And if I open heading list,
Heading list dialog. Headings list view. Explorer. 2.
I see Explorer,
Terminal. 3.
Terminal,
Outline. 2.
Outline. So this way I can get a better sense of what it looks like and how each section is laid out. This is really cool. This feature enhances accessibility by providing detailed descriptions and transforming visual elements into accessible HTML that can be read with screen reader, making it easier for users with visual impairment to understand the content. Thanks all. Back to you, Amanda.
Thanks, Ju Young. It's exciting to see how these innovations can improve the depth of contextual experiences for everyone. Developers can try out using computer vision with GitHub Copilot in Visual Studio Code at aka.ms/vision for Copilot. Now, one of the things that can make the public cloud hard to use is that it's primarily interacted with by clicking within a web portal. GitHub Copilot now has native understanding of Azure, allowing you to not only navigate and learn how to use Azure more easily, but to be guided by expertise right in the context of GitHub Copilot chat. It's designed to help developers, including those new to Azure, be more productive more quickly. I'd like to introduce Jeremy Lickness, who will share a little bit of his story and how he might utilize the power of Azure using GitHub Copilot in conjunction with templates in our new AI app gallery.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Lickness. I'm a product manager on the .NET team. And in 2020, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, which is a chronic progressive movement disorder. And for me, the impact is that sometimes I find it very difficult to type, so I rely on voice to text. I'm in Visual Studio Code, and I've got Copilot open, and you may have worked with Copilot Chat, but I want to show you just how fully capable it is. And the first thing I'm going to do is just show the voice feature. So I'm going to click on the little microphone. What is the weather forecast for Newport this coming week? And it can't assist with that because it doesn't have access. It's a trained model, which we understand that. Now, if I had a weather extension, I could add that and ask that question, but I'm going to do something different and add the Azure extension, which understands all about Azure. And let's ask Azure a question. Hi, I'm really excited about the Ability Summit, and I would like to show a demo of a multimodal vision chat app. You basically chat with my data, and my data in this case is an image. Do you have a template that I can get started with? Now it's searching for templates, so it totally got the gist of what I was trying to say. And it's found this template, and it's even given me the command to get started. I'm going to show you how easy this is because I can literally click this terminal button here and it pastes it into the terminal. Now I'm still responsible for hitting enter, but AZD init is kind of like git init. It initializes the repo, but in addition, it gives me everything I need to be able to deploy this to Azure. So let's do this. And if you look over on the left-hand side, you can see suddenly a ton of assets have been pulled down, and it's asking me for a new environment name. So I'll say JRL dev. And then I'm going to just come back over here and say, okay, I don't have much time left. I want to just go ahead and deploy this. What's the command to do that? And you can see it gives me the 2 steps that I need to do. So I need to authenticate with the CLI, with the login, and then deploy with AZD up, which will basically use all those assets, ask me a few questions, and deploy the environment. Now, I'm not going to make you sit and wait for that to happen, but what I did earlier was I just followed those prompts, and what it generated for me was this application. Now, I want to point out that this application also has a microphone on it, and I'm going to pick a file. This is from a campaign I did that was 30 days of Parkinson's, where each day I raised another point of awareness. And let's do this. Based on the image I provided, can you write me a short blog post for day 21 of my campaign? And let's click send. So it's looking at the image, it's assessing what's inside of it. And here we go, understanding motor symptoms and movement disorders. I've got hashtags, and I can even have this read back to me.
Day 21, Understanding Motor Symptoms and Movement Disorders. Welcome to day 21 of our...
What I just showed you was without typing a single thing. I just had to hit the enter key. Was creating an application that is fully accessible through the perspective of speech to text, deployed it to Azure, had all the assets created for me, and successfully ran it in, I think it's been 4 minutes. That is the power that AI is unlocking. I'm using AI to build AI-enhanced apps that make our applications more accessible to everyone.
Thanks, Jeremy. Now, if you want to try this out, just go to aka.ms/GitHub-Copilot for Azure to see how easy it is to build and deploy an AI app. It's so great to see the different ways that Jacqueline, Ju Young, and Jeremy all used GitHub Copilot and AI to make technology work better for them. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize the importance of AI in empowering everyone, including those with disabilities. The new wave of AI-enabled applications will make everyone more productive and efficient at the things that they need to do, eliminating the tedious, the mundane, the repetitive, enabling all of us to spend more time using the creative and problem-solving parts of our brains. When all of us work to build more inclusive experiences, we can definitely achieve more together. Thanks for coming today, and enjoy the rest of the summit.